The
guy from Hanoi.
We are in Hanoi and we are at the Mausoleum of Ho Chi Minh. I just went inside and the body is laying in state. And this is the outside of the mausoleum. And here is a close-up. President Ho Chi Minh. And I can't go any closer, but you can see some of the guards in the white. So there's a line right now. And there is the flag of Vietnam. And Twy, you were just telling me about Ho Chi Minh.
Yeah, so Ho Chi Minh, he was born in 1890 in like a Mandarin family. His father used to be a Mandarin and corrupted royal, so he refused and earned a living as a teacher.
As a teacher.
And Ho Chi Minh, he left Vietnam in 1911 for France to learn how the French government run the country. And then he traveled to France, and then he traveled to colonial countries like Africa. And then he went to America.
You went to America?
Yeah. He stayed in Boston, and then he come back to the France, and then traveled to England, to Russia. And Russia, he read Lenin's doctrine, how to liberate the colonial countries. So that's one party on behalf of the people.
Okay, and then so he fought against the French.
Yeah.
Before the Americans. Before what they call the American War.
Yeah.
Then he fought against the Americans, and then he died in 1969. You said.
Died in 1969.
Okay.
So he busted into tears, and then he went to China and set the Communist Party up in China in 1930.
Interesting.
Yeah, and in 1941 he came back to Vietnam after 30 years away, and he led us the guerrilla war against the French. And at that time the Japanese, the Second World War occurred. So Japanese took over China and they flew over Vietnam and disarmed the French, and they power Hanoi. They ran Hanoi. So Ho Chi Minh, he fought against the French and the Chinese, Japanese.
And the Americans.
Yeah, Japanese later, American later.
See, he was very successful, very successful leader of
So he
Vietnam.
took the chance, opportunities, so when the Japanese surrendered to the United Nations, yeah. So Ho Chi Minh, he launched the August Revolution. So it was completed like the victory.
Yes.
And on September the 2nd, he stood right on the temple that side, because there were 3 temples in this area. He stood on the middle one and read the Declaration of Independence given to the Democratic Republic of Vietnam. So September the 2nd was chosen to be our national day. And to the year 1946, so to the United Nations agreement, so the British Army, they will come to Vietnam, to the south, to disarm Japanese. And in the north, the Chinese Kuomintang will disarm Japanese. But to the secret agreement between the French and British. So the British disarm Japanese and they handle it to the French. And French, they re-counter attack Ho Chi Minh's government. So we have another 9 years fight against the French. And French left Vietnam in 1954 after Dien Bien Phu, the battle, the decisive battle. So French left Vietnam in 1954 after nearly 100 years in Vietnam.
Wow.
They came to Vietnam in 1858 and left in 1954. So Vietnam will have like the reunification election in 1955, but to stop the invasion of the communism, so American, they set another direction in South called Republic, and we have the 20 years civil war. And Ho Chi Minh mission was not completed. He died in 1969 at the age of 79.
Great.
So in his will, he wanted to be cremated, and people would throw the ash in the 3 parts of the country. north, central, to south.
Oh, he wanted to be cremated,
Yeah.
but he was not.
Yeah. But the political bureau and the military and a lot of the unions, they decided to keep his body. So for the junior generation, you can see him in flesh, like he's still
still here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we built when American left Vietnam in 1973. The mausoleum was built and completed in 1976, and opened officially since on September the 2nd in 1976 up to now.
Great.
Yeah. And 1976 we have the reunification election. So Saigon was changed into Ho Chi Minh City, and Vietnam changed into like Socialist Republic of Vietnam.
Yeah.
And we use that name since that time.
All right. Well, thank you, Tua.
Yeah, you're welcome.